Parish President's remarks report. Mr. Jewell.
Thank you, Chairwoman. And just to piggyback on what Dwayne just said, construction projects within 1,500 feet of the levee are supposed to cease when the river hits 11 feet. By the beginning of March, it's supposed to be, we're there right now. It's supposed to be over 12 feet. We have applied for waivers for our projects. Whether they get, approved or not, that is to remain to be seen, but we have applied for waivers up to 15. When the river hits 15, everything stops no matter what. So we're trying to keep these projects going for the residents and getting them done. But I just wanted to let you know that if the residents see work stop, if you get calls about work stops, it's mostly because the river is high. But again, we're trying to work through that. Yep. Okay. We go on to our first project, Sunset Pump Station in Bayou Gauche. Sea level construction has formed the base of the Wasky deck, and as of this afternoon, they began pouring concrete. These supports are reinforced with rebar and engineered to hold the 7 new bar screen cleaners that will be installed in the canal leading to the station. All right. Next is our concrete maintenance program. We wrapped up our 2024 concrete maintenance program, and we worked with them to be able to do more streets than we originally had planned because the project had came in under budget. Celia Drive in Luling is now complete. Aries, Scorpio, and Leo Street in Hawnville are complete, and we had several streets in Old Luling that were a part of the first phase of this project that are complete as well. This turned out to be a pretty good project. We thank the residents for their patience. I feel really bad for the residents in Old Luling because we were doing these panel replacements and Entergy decided to come in and do power line replacements at the same time, as well as the work that was going on Paul Maillard and the work that was going on at the hospital. There was a lot of work going on, but that's great because there was a lot of investment going on in that community. And so it's good news on that end. It's great news is that they've all pretty much wrapped up except for the work at the hospital. I know that's wrapping up. But this is a project or a program that we hope to continue implementing year after year to make sure that we are looking and taking care of our concrete streets just as well as we do our asphalt streets, which we will be opening the bids tomorrow on asphalt street maintenance program. Okay, GIS staff gauge installation. The GIS office has completed the installation of staff gauges at all of our major parish pump stations and major drainage canal outfalls. A total of 12 additional gauges were placed along major drainage features to monitor the water level at different points accurately, which also allows the parish to track flow rates and identify potential issues during rain events. A total of 34 gauges were installed parish-wide. The staff gauges look like basically a giant ruler, and we are able to use these to help calibrate other systems for our telemetry system. And by monitoring water levels, the parish can optimize the operation of our drainage structures like pump stations to help mitigate flood risks. It also, once again, allows us, if we are out in the middle of a storm, to be able to look at our different staff gauges within a watershed to figure out if we're having an issue in any one place. All right, March 8th, railroad crossing closure in Luling. This is important. We are starting the messaging for 2 projects that will be going on simultaneously, one on Judge Edward Dufresne Parkway and the other at Ashton Plantation Boulevard. Both of those crossings will be closed from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. I spoke with Union Pacific. They have talked with the Sheriff's Office, and our EOC is working with the Sheriff's Office, as well as the other first responders, to make sure that if we need to get first responders back there, that we will be able to. Union Pacific has assured us that if we need to get back there quickly, they are able to dump rocks across the crossing and get emergency vehicles back there. Obviously, with Ashton, we'll work with them on keeping the back gate open. And we'll work with the Sheriff's Office on a few options that they have. This work is being done to repair those 2 crossings, and Union Pacific has also told me while they are requesting the 8 hours between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m., they do not believe that they are going to need that full 8 hours. So we will be working with them to monitor that as they complete those improvements. Winter storm, water bills. Want to talk about water bills coming up. We recently put this out on Facebook and wanted to make sure that the council is aware that now it is the month past January winter storm that our waterworks billing team is processing bills that contain water and sewer usage during the week of the freeze. If customers chose to drip their faucets, they will see a rise in their water bill. Residents can look at previous bills or sign into the customer portal to find their account number. Now, it's important to know that not everybody is billed on the exact same schedule. We have different billing cycles, and so residents will see this hit their bill at different times. So we have a chart up that we posted. If your account starts in a 1 or a 7, the bill was created on February 13th, and the consumption dates were from 12/27 to 1/27. So that would have captured the freeze. If your account number starts with a 4 or an 8, the bill was created on February 20th, and that collects water consumption from 1/6 to 2/3. If your account starts with a 2 or 5, February 27th was when your bill was created. That collects water. The meter reading time frame on that would have been consumption dates between 1/13 and 2/10. Bills that start with a 3 or a 6, your bill will be created on March 6th, and that will capture the time from 1/20, the day before the snowstorm, as through the 17th of February. Waterworks is looking at the consumptions and have attempted to contact locations where we've seen really large increases in usage to make sure that we preemptively catch any possible leaks or anything else like that. If your consumption was much higher than normal and you have already made repairs to a broken water line, we need our residents to email us at service@scpwater so that we can begin the process of applying a leak adjustment. We also ask that you be sure to include your contact information, your service address, and any copies of receipts as proof of a repair taking place. Next, community service recognitions. I want to just take a moment to say that our community service office received an award. The State Community Action Conference and state meetings, they received 2 recognitions for their outstanding service to the people of St. Charles Parish. The department was recognized by the Louisiana Workforce Commission for achieving 100% of the federal organizational standards for programs and services under community service block grants. In addition, Director Joan Diaz received a plaque from the Louisiana Association of Community Action Partnership, the ACAP, for her advocacy work with the state association and our team delivering innovative services. Congratulations to Joan and the entire department for these awards. I know they've worked very hard making sure that the people in St. Charles Parish who truly need that extra assistance, that they do get it. All right, next we have Director Dwayne Foray named as District 1 LRPA Chairman. Our Dwayne Foray was just named as the chairperson for the Louisiana Recreation and Parks Association for District 1. It's an organization of local parks departments around the state that work to make all public spaces more beautiful and enjoyable for the residents of Louisiana. We look forward to leveraging this partnership to bring positive advancements to our department and the community. I just want to say congrats to Dwayne. Want to say next is the Swamp School registration, calling all parents for Swamp School. Swamp School is a very, very, very popular summer camp that we have. First sessions, Swamp School registration opens Saturday at midnight. The registrations fill up very quickly. So we want to make sure, if you want to make sure your campers have a space there, please be sure to log on promptly and be ready to secure your spot. Registration for each subsequent session will open each Saturday in March. So be sure to log in and register for those sessions. For more information, please visit the scpparksandrec.com. Thanks to another extremely generous donation by Shell Norco. The boardwalk through the Wetland Watchers and to the Bayou LaBranche will be repaired after it was damaged in Hurricane Ida in 2021. In addition, the donation, Shell partnered with the Pontchartrain Conservancy to help 95 Shell volunteers plant 1,000 bald cypress trees along the shoreline of Wetland Watchers and the Norco community. This initiative was supported by a $20,000 donation to Shell Norco by the Pontchartrain Conservancy, and it's going to help fortify the coastline against future storms while enhancing our park's natural beauty. We want to go switch our gears to primetime seniors. Chair yoga has been a huge success, and therefore, we have worked with the Primetime Seniors Program to schedule classes every Tuesday at 11 a.m. at the Edward A. Dufresne Community Center until at least mid-November. This class is a great way to experience gentle stretching, movement, relaxation with no experience or equipment required. To see all of the events scheduled for Primetime Seniors, please visit www.scpparksandrec.com/primetime. We do have Mardi Gras dances this week. Parks and Recreation will host two very special events this week at the Edward A. Dufresne Community Center to get residents into the carnival spirit. On Thursday, the senior Mardi Gras dance will take place from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The doors open at 10:30. SCP seniors will listen to music by Ryan Foray and the Foray Tradition, socialize, as well as have a great time. Thanks to the Council on Aging, the United Way, and St. Charles Parish Schools Foundation for their participation with this event. On Friday, the Community Center will also host the annual ARC Mardi Gras Dance in coordination with the ARC of St. Charles Parish and SCP Public Schools. Thanks to our dedicated Parks and Recreation staff for working as a team to host two significant community events within less than 24 hours of each other. And then this weekend, we have St. Charles Parish parades. The Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness is working with our local crews, Crew of Lowell and Crew of DeSalmons, as well as GOSEP, the Sheriff's Office, the Fire Departments, EMS, to ensure that everybody has a safe and enjoyable Mardi Gras here in St. Charles Parish. Just a few reminders before you head to the routes this weekend. Please refrain from driving or parking on levees. Our ground is wet, and from the recent rains, we don't want to do any damage to the MRL system. Do not fly drones over crowds or near the parade route. Our EOC does have drone detection software, and they will work with the Sheriff's Office to find you, and the Sheriff's Office will cite you. It's against the law, and we just want to make sure that our residents are not putting the public at risk unnecessarily. And with that, I'll just say we hope everyone has a wonderful and safe Mardi Gras. That concludes my report.